In the age of digital connection, the word creator has taken on a meaning deeper and more expansive than ever before. Today, as millions share their talents, ideas, and lives with the world, being a creator is both a privilege and a challenge. For many, the initial spark that set them on their journey was pure. A calling to tell stories, to make art, to share knowledge, to inspire and entertain. Yet, as platforms evolve and audiences grow, something subtle but significant begins to shift. Fame enters the scene. Views, likes, and followers start to accumulate. What once felt like play can begin to feel like performance. The question emerges: when does the pursuit of purpose become overshadowed by the weight of pressure? Imagine, for a moment, the early days of creative freedom. A musician uploads her first song, not knowing if anyone will listen, but burning with the need to express her truth. A filmmaker painstakingly edits his short film late into the night, believing in the emotional power of his vision. A teacher creates educational content, driven by the desire to empower others through knowledge. All these creators share the same core impulse: to contribute something meaningful, to communicate, to connect. There is risk, but there is also authenticity. But the landscape is dynamic, often unpredictable. As creators find their audience, each like and comment becomes its own kind of validation, a signal that their work matters. Social media platforms, with algorithms designed to keep users engaged and chasing the next viral moment, reward consistency and quantity. Suddenly, the creator is not just making, they are managing, branding, strategizing, optimizing. The work shifts subtly at first from "how do I bring my vision to life?" to "what will get the best response?" As followers count climbs and recognition pours in, new horizons appear. Sponsorships are offered, collaborations invited, opportunities grow, but so do expectations. The audience that once fit in a single room now feels infinite. The numbers on the screen have faces, voices, opinions. Some demand more uploads, others clamor for the good old days. Algorithms change, and with them, so can a creator's fortunes overnight. The thrill of being seen can easily morph into the anxiety of being scrutinized. Fame, for all its allure, proves to be a double-edged sword. Its presence brings influence, yet it also demands a price, a vigilance that can be exhausting, an ever-increasing pressure to outperform, to constantly please. What started as a joyous act of creation can start to feel like a relentless obligation. Trends to chase, metrics to meet, comments to navigate, criticism to absorb. The creator, once guided purely by passion, now juggles the burden of expectation from both the outside world and, perhaps most sharply, from within. Many creators at some stage pause to ask themselves, what am I doing this for? It's an essential question, and not always an easy one. The intoxicating nature of recognition can blur the lines between passion and profession, between self-expression and self-promotion. The hunger for validation, while natural, can erode the original purpose. Instead of wondering, is this work meaningful to me? It's easy to slip into worrying, will this be popular? Will I stay relevant? Am I enough if the numbers fall? This is where the pressure of fame can strangle purpose, quietly and insidiously. Yet, recognizing this turning point can also be the gateway back to intention. It's an invitation to remember why the creative journey began in the first place. Was it to share a unique perspective? To bring joy or understanding? To process personal experiences or to connect over universal truths? These are questions without easy answers, but they are profoundly necessary. For many, the hardest part of the journey is not the climb from obscurity to recognition, but the challenge of holding on to purpose amid the noise of fame. Consider the stories of veteran creators, those who have navigated the whirlwind of attention and returned, sometimes painfully, to the essence of why they create. Some take breaks, stepping away from the spotlight in search of clarity. Others reinvent their work, risking audience backlash to remain true to their vision. Many discover that happiness and fulfillment are not byproducts of fame, but of authenticity, self-reflection, and alignment with deeper values. They learn, often through struggle, that sustainable creativity requires boundaries, self-compassion, and the courage to disappoint some in order to honor their own truth. There is a growing movement among creators to embrace vulnerability, to talk openly about burnout, anxiety, and the mental costs of living in the public eye. These moments of honesty can be as powerful, as impactful, as any creative act. Reminders that behind every popular post, every viral video, is a human being navigating the complexities of attention and expectation. The truth is, the world has no shortage of content, but it is always hungry for connection. Real purpose emerges not from the metrics, but from the relationships creators build with their audience, their craft, and themselves. It shows up in the depth of conversations sparked, in the feeling of resonance that comes when someone's work makes another person feel seen, understood, inspired, or less alone. These are the moments that last, that outlive trends and transcend numbers. How, then, can creators reclaim and nurture their purpose in a landscape that so often equates worth with visibility? It begins with self-awareness. Taking regular inventory. Why am I creating this? Who am I making it for? What am I hoping it brings into the world? The answers can and should evolve over time, but the act of asking keeps purpose anchored at the core. A sense of purpose can also serve as a guide during turbulent times. When criticism mounts, when comparison creeps in, when algorithms shift, a creator who is connected to their deeper why can weather the storm with more resilience. They know that the work matters, even if the numbers don't always show it. They remember that every piece of authentic content, no matter how small, is a contribution. Even when fame feels fleeting, purpose endures. It's also important to redefine success. Instead of chasing ever higher numbers, creators can measure impact by different standards: the quality of engagement, the strength of community, the personal growth that comes from embracing risk and innovation. These are less glamorous, perhaps, but infinitely more sustaining. They return creative work to its rightful place as a process, not just a product, a conversation, not just a commodity. Boundary setting is crucial. As platforms demand more updates, more interaction, more availability, creators have the right and the responsibility to protect their time and energy. This might mean scheduling regular breaks, saying no to partnerships that compromise integrity, or setting clear limits on personal sharing. Fame often blurs the line between public and private, but purpose is nurtured in spaces of quiet reflection and honest self-care. Community, too, is an antidote to the isolating effects of fame and pressure. Finding peers who understand the unique challenges of the creative life offers solidarity, support, and perspective. Together, creators can remind each other that they are more than the sum of their successes, that they can reinvent themselves, that it is not only okay but admirable to prioritize authenticity over applause. In stepping back from the noise, creators may find surprising inspiration. Sometimes the best ideas come not when trying to please the crowd, but when pursuing curiosity for its own sake, exploring unfamiliar genres, collaborating with new voices, experimenting without fear of failure or judgment. In these moments, the pressure of fame fades into the background, and creation becomes, once again, an act of liberation. Ultimately, the most purposeful creators are those who evolve not just with trends, but with themselves. They allow their work to reflect the seasons of their lives, the changes, the growth, the doubt, and the discovery. Fame may come and go, but purpose remains an inner compass, guiding them through both applause and silence. To all creators navigating the intersection of fame and purpose, remember, it is your unique voice, your honesty, and your vision that drew people to your work in the first place. Though the world may clamor for more, the most vital audience you serve is yourself, the part of you that started this journey for love, not likes. When the demands of visibility threaten to drown out that initial impulse, return to it. Let it be the wellspring that sustains you. Creation, at its best, changes not only those who experience the work, but also those who make it. Pursue fame, if it comes, with humility, and with the awareness that its true value lies not in status or numbers, but in the opportunities it gives to reach, to connect, and to transform. Let purpose remain your North Star, unwavering and bright, leading you not outward, but home to the heart of your own creative spirit.